show us that.
Yeah, I'm live. Alright, so double tip. Hey guys, what's going on? Fabian Brown here. Live Periscope. I'm here with a few friends here. We have Mrs. Kohler. Hello. We have Mr. Michael Hunter.
How you doing?
All right, so here's what it's all about, guys. I connected with a couple of individuals on Periscope about a couple of days ago, and what's awesome about it is we're leveraging this new technology and making real deal connections across. So if you guys aren't following Caleb and Maddix, you should be following these guys because they're awesome. So we connected. Now, this kid, Caleb, well, you know what? Let's get Matt on the phone first. So we're going to give him a call. Leslie, can you help me out? Make this call for us. Yeah, I'm talking to myself and the audience. Okay. I'm talking to whoever's listening. That's the whole thing. So here's the number. It's 727.
Oh, I could.
512. Here it is. Read the last four. Right, the top one.
785.
Yeah, I don't want everyone to the guy's phone number.
You made me wait. 91.
Here's the top number right there.
727 512.
And la 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 la.
That's why you made the look. Okay, got it.
This is great, guys. You know, so I'm the educational technology director over at a school in New Jersey, Mount Ephraim School District, and I'm so excited to get Matt Maddix on the phone. So hopefully you can hear everything. You know, add your comments, add your hearts. I love the hearts, guys. Hey, Matt, are you there? Oh, I'm doing great. Man. You have a couple minutes for us?
Absolutely, man. I got all the time you guys need.
Oh, I love this. Hey, you know, I decided, you know, to broadcast this moment here too, man. So we're doing a live Periscope, and we got you on the phone. I also have, I got two administrators involved here. I have the superintendent of schools, Leslie Kohler. I have the principal of schools, Mr. Michael Hunter. And, you know, really, guys, all I really wanted to do, put it closer. Okay, got it. All I really wanted to do is, you know, make some introductions here, you know, just to give everybody some background. You know, basically, you know, I met Matt and his son Caleb via this platform on Periscope about, I don't know, 5 or 6 days ago. And the message that these guys have is just next to none. You know, Matt's son Caleb is a 13-year-old kid, you know, full of personal development. He's actually an author of a book called Keys to Success for Kids. You know, and when I introduced the idea to our administration about, you know, connecting and doing a live Google Hangout, everyone was excited about it. So, you know, Matt, you're on speakerphone. You know, maybe give us a little bit of background about yourself and your son, and, you know, we'll take it from there.
Well, hey, first of all, I'm honored that you guys have taken the time, and I'm looking forward to connecting with all of you. I've already enjoyed connecting with Fabian, man. He's a first-class guy, very positive and, you know, full of life and passion, and that's what I love, man. And, you know, so I guess, you know, short story is my son is 13, and he's very passionate. I've got him into personal growth when he was young. He started reading, you know, personal growth books at the age of 6 and, you know, following, you know, very inspirational speakers. And he's been with me all over the world. We've traveled the world. He's gone with me on many of my speaking engagements. And in November, he came to me around Thanksgiving. He said, Dad, I feel like I want to write a book to kids. And I said, well, man, that's awesome. I said, do it. I said, it's this easy. Just sit down every day and start writing. And he did, and we went to Gatlinburg, Tennessee in December and got a cabin and just kind of did some retreating and relaxing and hiking and all that. And he finished his book in the cabin. I mean, it's 100% his words. I decided to let him just write, and it's awesome. You know, it's called Keys to Success for Kids. And basically, you know, it's just very practical advice from a kid's perspective about things such as attitude, manners, work ethic, focus, discipline, success, health, you know, relationships, not dating relationships, but friendships, you know.
Right.
He writes in there about bullying and, you know, passion to stop bullying in America. So, you know, and it's been fun to see. As a dad, it's been fun to see. And just watching him every day, doing what he loves. And, he's helping a lot of kids. So we're honored to do whatever we can to help you guys.
Hey, Matt, this is Michael Hunter. I'm the principal of the elementary and middle school here in Mount Ephraim. And when Fabian brought this idea to me just yesterday, I was really, really excited. And I think the reason I'm so excited about it is it's a 13-year-old talking to 13-year-olds. And I think that perspective will give them more insight onto trying to follow what your son experienced and wrote about. And when you're talking about the anti-bullying message and focus and paying attention to detail, that's what our students at that age group need. Right. And in order to be successful, as you're so positive just listening to you talk, but to know that's what it takes to become successful. If our students here in Mount Ephraim, and the greatest thing is that we have this platform to talk to one another. Here you are in Florida, we're in New Jersey, and we're talking about connecting and getting our kids involved in something that your son has written to help them become better, successful people. That's the ultimate goal of education, is to prepare our students to become successful citizens of America. And I think that it's going to be really good for them, and I believe that the connection, student to student or age range, will make that happen. So I can tell you, as a principal and as the leader of the building, I'm excited to present this to my staff and to have them present it to our students.
Well, man, I'm humbled by that. I appreciate it. I can tell you're a true leader. You can just tell, So let me ask you a question. What would you say is you're the superintendent, right?
No, I'm the principal. The superintendent's also here as well.
I'm here. I'm Leslie Kohler. I'm the superintendent, and I'm listening very intently here.
Hey, Leslie, how you doing? Hunter, right?
Hunter, yes. That's
Mike
my name.
Hunter.
Michael Hunter.
Mike Hunter. Yeah, I love what you had to say, and that's really the heart and soul of what he's doing. Is his message is to kids. And listen, I'm trying my best to get this in the hands of every kid in America, because I believe, it'll help their self-esteem. We've got kids that come from broken homes. And he writes, like you said, coming from a kid that writes about attitude and showing respect, and he writes about even showing respect to adults. When if there's an adult on an elevator, you let them go first. Be the one that in class when everybody else is goofing off, you be the one to focus because you're going places. He really hits hard the key points that kids deal with as far as attitude, self-esteem, manners, work ethic. He plays sports. He also has traveled and done a lot of missions work among troubled teenagers. We've gone into a lot of teen shelters, and he's seen that life, and he's seen poverty at its lowest level in America. And so that perspective, even talking about his experience of, going to New York City and passing out 1,000 Christmas stockings to kids in poverty, So it's just been awesome, man. It really has. So I'm honored that you guys are even considering it.
Well, it's exciting because I've worked with Fabian for many years. In my last district, I worked with Fabian as well, and we were lucky enough. You said that he's a catch. Oh yeah, he's a catch. We stole him from my last district when I came here, and I brought him along. And Mr. Hunter, put his hook into him and drug him along. So we are very lucky to have him. And he came to me last week, all excited about this as well. And so I basically said he has to talk to Mike as the principal, because I was a principal before this. So Mike has to think about how he's going to integrate this within his curriculum with his teachers. I know that they'll bite, but we have to decide how we're going to do it. We're going to do it in language arts. We have an advisory period every day, which is for middle schoolers to be able to do these kinds of things. Maybe that's the venue that it'll fit best. I'm not sure I'm going to let that to Fabian and Mike to work with the teachers on. I'm looking at what Mike said, everything that Mike said, but I'm also looking at two other things. I'm looking at the kids who, hopefully they're going to get the message that Caleb wrote in his book, but I'm also thinking about the kids who have something like a dream that they want to do, and they just too afraid, I can't do that. This 13-year-old kid wrote a book. So, maybe I can paint a mural. Maybe I can build an engine. Whatever it is, it may not have anything to do with the content of Caleb's book, just the fact that he did something that a 13-year-old probably normally wouldn't think that they can do. The other piece I'm looking at is building a relationship. And hopefully, I'd like to see, I understand Caleb's homeschooled. Is that right? And so, because that was one of my first questions with Fabian was, if he goes to school, how would we work the logistics of this all out? But if he's homeschooled, I'm going to assume you're looking at this as part of his educational program, and, which I would, and I'm probably, you probably are as well. I would like this to be the beginning of a relationship between our kids and Caleb. Maybe it can become the peers that Caleb may not necessarily get in his everyday education, and it could become a role model for our kids and a really neat experience across the country using technology. So I'd like to see it go in a lot of different directions.
That's great. Just to kind of reset the program so all the people on Periscope know what's going on, again, Fabian Brown, I'm here with Leslie Kohler and Mike Hunter. We're here in New Jersey, and we connected with two awesome individuals, Matt and Caleb Maddix. If you guys aren't following these guys, you got to start following them. They're so positive in what they're doing. I approached Matt, Matt and Caleb are a father-son team. I approached them and, with the idea of, getting Caleb to do like a keynote speech, a presentation rather, on Google Hangouts, and then the more I learned about these guys, I found out Caleb, has a book, a 13-year-old kid writing a book. So, me being in the education industry, it was a no-brainer. This school is a K-8 school district. Caleb is, what's up, JC? Caleb is a phenomenal kid. He's a phenomenal leader. And if I can create an opportunity for him to share his message and share his word with our school district and potentially, some more school districts, I'm going to knock that opportunity down all day long. So, we got Matt, his father, on the phone here on speakerphone. We got our administration here, representing, and we're making things happen, guys. So for those of you guys who are just joining in, that's the you're caught up to speed. Matt, is Caleb around? Can we get him on the phone or anything?
Caleb joined. He's on Periscope.
Yes, he's with me. I was going to have him talk to you guys for a second.
Oh, I would love that. What's up, Caleb?
Hey, Caleb.
Yeah, I'm going to give him the phone, but I do want to tell you real quick, Miss Lisa, that I was telling Fabian I'd be honored to come up that way. I do a lot of work up in Jersey and Philly anyways. So next time, we need to set it on the calendar, and if you would like for him to come talk to the students in person.
Absolutely. Wonderful idea.
Oh, here he is. This is Caleb Maddix right here.
Hey, Caleb.
Hi.
Hey, Caleb, how you doing, bud? Thanks for doing what you've done, and we're excited to begin working with you.
Caleb, I gave these guys a little bit of background of you. They haven't had an opportunity to hear you speak or check out any of the videos on YouTube or anything like that. But I did have an opportunity to, share a little bit about, what I know with you, and your father, So, I don't know, man. Just, talk from the heart, man. Tell me, are you excited about this opportunity? What's going on in your head right now?
Well, I'm just really humbled that I've gotten an opportunity. Anytime I can share my dream, I'll do it. I've met a lot of kids, and I just want kids to get the same passion I have for success and for life and for health. I just think any way that I can help and inspire kids, I'll take it anytime. I'm really humbled.
Wow, Caleb, that's awesome. All three of us here have been middle school teachers, and two of us are middle school principals. So we're really keyed into 13-year-olds, and Mr. Brown has some middle schoolers of his own, and so do Mr. Hunter and I. So it's exciting to see a kid like you have such passion and have such motivation. Do you have any ideas in your head of where you could see this going?
Where I can see this going is, I just really want to inspire as many people as I can, and I just want to speak in front of thousands of kids. I want kids to start to have a desire for success and start to have a desire to, a lot of kids make excuses and have different reasons. They think that they're just going to become successful overnight. I want them to start to, get into reading, get into, the habits of success at a young age, because this is where it's really developed.
Caleb, let me ask you a question. This is a teenager question, and it's the challenge of Xbox or PS4 or 5 or whatever the latest and greatest is. How do you what would be your advice to that teenager, as you just said, to pick up a book and read and to have that same desire to be successful when they have their peers who want to sit in front of a video game and that's what their desire is? I love your response there, JC.
Well, I just think, anytime you can be improving yourself, and I think, it's not necessarily that I say kids get rid of video games, but I'm really into a reward, concept to where, if you read a book, reward yourself with video games. But, I feel like anytime that you can do something to make yourself successful, and I just think, just in my opinion, video games are a waste of time, which is, and to kids, I just say, just cut back and reward yourself. I'm not all about completely giving them up, because I still think that it's all about a balance. But I just thought, not wasting your life on the video game system.
I agree. It's funny, you sound like a parent or a teacher as you're saying that, because I believe that's probably how we all feel. And as educators and as behavioral specialists, they talk about reward-based programs. And here you are, a teenager yourself, giving the same insight that some behavior specialist is going to give in terms of a reward-based system. But it's right on, and that's what's amazing. And that's why we want to be able to join partner and develop this partnership with you, because we want to hear you say that to kids. I don't know what types of questions our students would come up with, but if they were hearing you say words like the desire to be successful and reward yourself and read a book, if they were to hear that coming from you and knowing the small successes that you've already built in your young life and possibly project where you will go, that's got to be inspiring. As adults, it's very inspiring to us, and we hope that you might be able to give that same inspiration to our middle schoolers.
Give them a taste of some ideas, Caleb. I mean, think about it. You're going to have an opportunity to speak in front of 50, 100 plus kids. If I really promote this well, the way I'm thinking about it, I want to get through Google Hangout. We have the ability to get 10 participants to interact and to engage. That's 10 potential school districts that we can kind of set up and have this forum. So potentially it could be hundreds of kids. Caleb is going to be the next Tony Robbins. Thanks, Sherry. That's so funny. The comments that you're getting on this Periscope right now is just ridiculous, Caleb. I just got to let you know. With that being said, with potentially being able to reach, hundreds of kids, at your age group, what are some topics that you can envision? What are some things that you think that you would want to talk about, that you would want to share?
I think a big topic is about standing out. I think in the society we live in now, a lot of kids are taught to, be the same as all the big name celebrities and all that kind of stuff. I like to, try to teach, be you, find different ways for you to succeed. And I think, I just kind of want to tell kids that, you are, you're kids right now and but your adulthood, with the habits you do today determines where you are 10 years from now.
Wow.
So, I would just like to talk about, how you need to be different, how, you need to start young.
That's all you guys are going to get on this person. That's just the tease of what's to come. Again, Caleb, I thank you for your time. Matt, I'm going to end the Periscope call, get your pop back on the phone, so we could talk a couple of the logistics of getting, the school district is interested in getting 50 copies of your book. Mrs. Kohler just said 60 copies of your book. So we went from 50 to 60 just like that. Teachers and things like that. So that's great. So we're gonna talk the logistics of that behind the scenes. But I wanted to, and guys, I appreciate everyone who's watching, all the hearts, all the comments. If you haven't swiped right to follow me, please do that. If you haven't checked out Caleb and Matt, Caleb Maddix, CALEB Maddix, MADDIX. Maybe someone can type that in for me. Bam, there he is, JC. Maybe someone can type in his information, Caleb and Matt Max. You guys need to follow these guys. If you got some value out of this scope, if you got some good, information. Thank you very much at Caleb Maddix. Same thing with his father, is just Matt Maddix. There you go. Thanks, JC, for being a team player. You guys got to follow these guys. They're really the truth. They're really doing some awesome things. And thanks for everybody for checking out the scope. Hang on the line, Caleb. I'm going to get the thing over here off and.